All right, everyone, welcome back. So this is the second part of the video. In this video, we're going to look at how to rearrange a chord back into root position. Okay. Why do we do this? Because root position allows us to easily see which note is the root, the third, or the fifth, and we need that information to figure out what position the chord is in. Okay. So here's a triad that's not in root position. We can tell that because the notes are not stacked in thirds. You can see these two notes are a third apart, but this D is outlying. It's not a third apart from any other note. As it stands. Yes, it's still, you can put a skewer through the shish kebab, but the parts of the shish kebab are not close together. So that is to say, the two notes here on line and one note is on the space. So this is not in root position. Right, so your next task is to find out how to write the same chord back into root position. So to do that, you can change the octave of different notes of the chord in order to rearrange them into root position. For example, the notes of the chord above, when read from the bottom to the top, are D4, G4, and B4. So we can rearrange these three notes so that they're stacked into thirds by using D5 instead of D4. Okay, so here's the same three notes, G, B, and D. I'm using D5 instead of D4, so in this case it is now in root position. With this information, we can now clearly see that the G is the root, okay, the B is the third, and the D is the fifth. Okay, so no matter what position the chord is in, the G will always be the root, the B will always be the third, and the D will always be the fifth. Okay. The next part of the exercise, in exercise 4, I'm going to ask you to rearrange the following chords back into root position. Okay, so you have three notes here. The first thing to do here, I would recommend, is just to write out the note names. So this is B, E, and G from the bottom to the top. And you can visually see that this B, again, is the outlier here. So the other two notes are already a third apart. So I would say the first thing you can try is to rearrange this B to another octave. And of course, if you make that an octave higher, then you have E, G, B. And so that is the root position of this given chord. Okay, this is not in root position, this is in root position. Okay, and you can see that the E is the root, the G is the third, and the B is the fifth. Okay. The second part of this exercise is exercise 5. In the last 4, these are even more spaced out. So in this case, you have to think a little bit harder to figure out what the root position of this chord would be. But still, first thing I would say is to just name the notes. So in this case, this is an F, D, and B. Okay, and you can go to the piano and find the F, D, and B just anywhere on the piano and see if you can figure out where the three notes are that are a third apart. Another thing that you can think about is to use something called circle of thirds. All of the notes of the musical alphabet can be arranged into thirds. So let's say we start with A, and so you have C, E, G, B, D, and F. Right? So each note is connected into a circle, all by thirds. F is a third away from A, which is a third away from C, etc. Once you figured out the note names here, just figure out where they are on the circle of thirds. In this case is B, D, F. And you can clearly see going clockwise direction, okay, that B, D, F would be the closed position, sorry, the root position of this chord, with B as the root, the D as the third, and the F as the fifth. Okay. In the last video, we're going to talk about how we're going to use this information to figure out what position a chord is in. Okay, so I will see you in the third video.